Hey guys, SrednaBeats here. Before this video starts, I just want to announce that my loop kit recently dropped. Because of that, I wanted to make a video of me making a beat with my loop kit. If you want more information, head over to Traktrain.com. There you can watch a short video and also buy the kit. So let's just hop over to FL Studio. So now that we're in FL Studio, we can start to make our beat. Now I already picked a melody that I liked from the new kit. Sounds like this. I thought I would be able to make like some 808 Mafia type beat off of this. So I already picked my drums to spare some time. So now we're ready to put down a pattern for the hi-hats. So what I want to do is just open the piano roll and locate C5. And for this beat, I don't want to make it fill each second step and like have it as all the other beats out there are. So what I would like to do is just put down a bass pattern. I have an idea where I want to make a break for the clap. So I'm just going to put down a bass like so. And that should do the trick for now. Now I can work out of that. So let's just listen. Yep. Just want to bring this closer here. And let's add something to the end here. So I'm going to hop over to third step. I'm just going to draw it down a bit here. Sounds good to me. We can always add some variation later in the beat. Now that we have our hi-hat pattern, we can move on to the claps. But before we do that, let's just add each sound to a separate channel in the mixer so that we later can EQ them and whatnot. Now that we've done that, let's just open up the piano roll for the claps. I'm just going to draw in the basic clap pattern. Now the beat sounds like this so far. Now what I like to do is layer my clap with a hard snare. So I found this snare. So what I did was copy the pattern of the clap and just paste them onto the snare. Now the beat sounds like this. Now a tip for you is to mix and level your sounds, especially the drums throughout the beat making process, because people tend to leave their claps, hi-hats, and snares really loud, and that really hurts people's ears, which I hear a lot. So now that we have our claps down as well, let's start drawing in an 808. Now when you pick a sample from the loop kit, it will in the title tell you which key it was played in. Therefore, we know already, in our case, that it should be played in E. So I'm going to start off by going up an octave to give the 808 a higher pitch, so it's easier for me to tell if it's in key or not. So let's draw in a basic pattern. And also a tip for you out there, if you don't know already. Go and right click on your 808 and press cut itself. If you don't do this, the 808s will clash together and sound very muddy and overlapped in the final beat, and that's not supposed to be like that, so just go do that. Now the beat sounds like this. That sounds good to me, so I'm just going to bring it an octave down by pressing Control down arrow. So now that we have our 808s down, I want to add some effects to the 808 to make it sound really spicy. So I went to the mixer and added a wave shaver, a blood overdrive, and an EQ. So in the EQ, I'm just going to use this setting and this corner. Also, I have these 4 boxes here. I did that by scrolling up with my scroll wheel on my mouse to make it more of a sharp corner. I'm going to cut a lot of the highs out, maybe around here, and take a listen to the before and after now. This is the before. And here's the after. So what that did was cut some of the highs out to make it sound more deep and round. And the next thing I want to add is the wave shaper, which makes it like more kind of distorted, like it hits harder. Take a listen. I'm sure you could hear that, and don't make it too much because it will get very deep and it will kill the rest of the beat. Now I like to add some blood overdrive to also make it more round and maybe some distortion as well. So I'm going to pick the second or third setting. Third. That sounds good to me. Now that we added some effects to the 808, I want to work a bit on the melody to not make it interfere with our 808. So just go to the mixer and add an EQ, and then as we did before, just go to the low end this time and choose the same setting, the corner, and just make it a bit sharper. Now I like to put it in the range of about 200 Hertz. So now that we've cut the lows out, it won't interfere with the 808s anymore. Take a listen. It just sounds a bit less muddy. It just clears up the whole track. Now we can start working on the rest of the beat. So I want to add the snares now. I have this snare to give it some more energy. I'm going to put the snare here, and like that. A pretty basic pattern, but it will do the job. It sounds like this now. Now, because this snare is like the volume of it is low in general, I'm just going to boost the volume to the max. Sounds good to me. And now we of course need to add one of the main parts of the beat, the kick. So for the kick, I'm just going to be drawing almost the same exact pattern as the 808 was in. Going to add an extra one here. But the kick won't sound like much yet. Take a listen. The only thing I've done so far was in the mixer to boost the volume of the kick to the max, but that won't do the job quite well. So what I like to do is on the master channel, add a soft clipper. This will make the kick clip. Now it sounds a bit more like a kick, but I'm going to boost the volume of the kick here as well. Take a listen. Now we got the main parts of the beat down, all we need is a bit more groove. So I'm going to add a open hi-hat as well. I'm just going to add it here, here, and here. So that way, when the hi-hat plays, it plays until this bar where the clap and snare will be. So it's like a nice combination. Take a listen. Now we basically have the beat done, now we just need to compose it. When I make my beats, I like to make everything in the same pattern to get an idea how it would end up sounding. But when I'm done, I usually just remove the pattern from the playlist, and then I go up here to the pattern, right click, and press split by channel. Now this will work if you have every sound assigned to a channel in the mixer. So now you can see that you have all the sounds split here. Therefore, we can start composing the beat. And what I like to do is just have the melody playing for like the first loop of the melody, and then I will start adding in the sounds. So I have the melody playing for the first part of the beat as an intro. Then I add the 808. Let's just get that out here. And then I usually add the clap, the hi-hats, and the main snare, and the other snare. And then for the next part of the beat, I want to bring in some more exciting parts of the beat, of course the kick. And I like to bring in the open hat with the kick as well, to like give it some more energy. Let's take a listen what we got so far. Now to finish off a beat, I would go to the master channel and add an EQ. Now you want to EQ the master to give the beat more quality. And what I like to do is boost the highs a bit there, then the medium and the lows. Just take a bit out of the rest, not much. Now the reason why you bring up the highs is to give the beat more clarity in some way, and then of course to round it off with like the lows as well to boost the bass and low parts of the beat. Now this will make such a difference, and I usually can hear it in like other people's beats if they did this or not, because this brings like your beat to a whole nother level, I think. Let's take a listen before and after. Take a listen after. I'm sure you would be able to hear that. And that's basically how you make a beat. Thank you for watching.